with this one right here, we then got Chinx OS, usual Culprits. You got Culprits, but you got with OS, Chinx, and you got the usual Culprits, and then you got the whole thing, especially with Chinx and OS. You got the OS, Chinx, and him having this whole thing, and this one looks a little Scholomist going on here and everything else. But you got with Chinx and the OS, usual Culprits, and you got the whole just L-list, but you got looks something Scholar here, like Schola or Stola, Colic or Skull here, but you got with OS, Chinx, and the whole just Skolic.
Trapline blinging, clients ringing, I get figures. Swing it, splash it and turn them swimmers. All of my niggas are lions, gorillas. Big machine in the room, but I still wanna sweep with a broom. Let me show you how demons move. Play hide and seek or peekaboo. Little bro wanna step and squeeze it too. Cool, 3-door truck, 3 of the goons, let's move. Tryna put a U on the news. The boys in blue wanna pre my crew, so we still gotta leave no clues. Anywhere that I see these youths, I'll beat my boots. Brewing the B22s. A Mary jeans with a Louis bag, Montclair and the season's new. Trap, can't reload if it's decent food. Need TT grab, make the fiend go blue. Came with 5, but I beat off 2. Now I'm left with 3. Anyone, we still gotta leave no clues. Anywhere that I see these youths, I'll beat my boot.
Ooh, like he said, I'm trying to beat my boot and the whole thing. Like every time I see these youths, I'm trying to beat my boot. And he said we ain't trying to leave them with no clues. Like, hey, we ain't trying to leave no trace, no none of that. Like, we trying to leave them clueless. Like, what? Like, they don't know nothing what's going on. Even the things and then the things that's coming forward too. Like he said, the way he just flews this, the way he just chinked him up, he trying to leave him swimming. Like, they say, swimming in their own type of, vertical stuff going on, especially in their own type of, they swim in their own, vortex and stuff like that. Like he said, I'm trying to go for the neck, the anything, the whole thing. And then he said, we trying to leave, man. We trying to leave them clueless. We ain't trying to leave no clues, like, even anything, behind, just with the whole thing and the whole, like, spreckle it.
Brewing the B22s. A Mary jeans with a Louis bag, Montclair and the season's new. Trap, can't reload if it's decent food. Need TT grab, make the fiend go blue. Came with 5, but I beat off 2. Now I'm left with 3. Anyone that I see on the way back, jump out, spray that corn, it's sweet. Got banged and he thought it was me. Talk is cheap, we don't speak. Phone line ring, got a call for.
Ooh, shoulder got banged and they thought it was me. Yeah, that's one slow thing, like he said. They got, hammered or whatever it is, and then they thought it was him. They had to blame they was trying to blame all that frosted, that frosty on him. Like he said, the whole thing and the main crostess, like he was putting a whole just every petrals.
For the read. Had to put that trap on pause to war in the streets. Yo, who's got the keys? I wanna draw that now. Hey, broski, spin that round. Them man can't drive with their windows down since got dipped and drowned. No picking and choosing, crash that corner of the crowd. Go there with a pistol, no whistle, begging to hear that loud. You hear that sound? That siren's coming. I'm doing the dash, I'm cutting. Broad day when broski done him. Always got a pokey on him. One in the heady, I ain't tryna hit no leggies. I wave that whack and wig him. Had man swimming and I still grind consistent. My thing different. Fly them dinners. Trapline blinging, clients ringing. I get figures. Got ties with drillers who do that dirt in the dingers. Shoot or splash it and turn them swimmers. Now they got bro doing bird with wingers. All of my niggas are lions, gorillas. Supply them kittens. Jug, food on the scales, fly it and hit it. Jumped out the ride, rised it and hit it. You can hear how the tires are skidding. I never heard shit from them when I was doing years in the prison. Had me on a wing trying to pattern on visits. 4.5 man targeting tickets. What's next? Send out a text. Clean up the digis, add up the digits. The package will vanish in minutes. I know how to manage a business, and I still know how to bang it and drill it. I heard something got don't know who did it. Could've
Who heard something got two, then and he said, I know how to count the digits. I know how to do this and that. Like, Hey, that's the most thing, coming with that. Like he said, just scattering up too. He said, I know how to count these digits, I know how to through, and I know how to shoot them things too, like doo doo doo, like just shooting like off of Rosa, like shooting off of Troco, or having just a blitz out, like having a blitz out with someone. Know how to temporary do those things. Like it just comes with all kinds of things. And he said the way he got Surudu, like we don't know who did it. Like the whole thing is just scamism. Like the whole thing like coming from another accessory, like you don't really know nothing, coming from that accessories.
Been W or L, we got that W, they suffer the L, they lie and they cover it well. Free flipper, done it in broad, they bait as hell. Man hit the news by 12, hammer and nails that had me in jail. I threw him a shell and he fell. I flew in a coupe and chilled with a girl. Next day put 2 bricks in the scales, pissed if the pigs put me in a cell. My one side is still pull up, hop out with hood up, and man get cook up. Big hollow tip in his tea, no sugar. Bro on a 125 with a cooker. SC didn't get banged but he should've got fried and toasted. Bro beat his mash, they ghosted. Didn't know who is the usual culprits, rest up culprit.
Hey, rest up corpse, man.
Hey, well, with this whole thing right here, usual culprit, you got the usual culprit, and then just Chinx and everything else. Like the way he was just ghosting, like, and in the beginning too, like he didn't put his whole Scroseman Felix on, like he was his one of his team Felix, and just coming around with the Felix. But you got the usual culprit, and you got what Chinx, OS, with the whole thing coming into it though, with Chinx and OS, like this was a honorary one. Like it was so much, it was all kinds of air cons and all kinds of other Erics. It was going off of because it was you know person got Ching, the next person got this and that, trying to leave him in his own, trying to leave him in his own stuttering swimming thing, and then like we don't know no temporary sketch, so it's like the whole thing how it was like a one way and another way, and it was all kinds of circles, waves, but this one right here, next guys, check it out for you guys self. Like, comment everything else with this one coming into it, but with this whole just low lock silk lick